Just because your VA claim was denied doesn't mean your story ends there. Every veteran has the power to fight back and win. In this video, I'll share the top 5 success tips that can turn your supplemental claim into a victory you earned. I'm Mr. X, and this is the VA Top 5. Tip number 1, begin by carefully reading the VA's decision letter, which outlines the exact reasons for the denial or for the assigned rating. Now, every VA rating which is approved or granted needs to meet 3 criteria. First, there needs to be a current diagnosis of a condition. 2, there needs to be an injury, event, or illness in service. And number 3, there needs to be a nexus between the two, between your current diagnosis and the current or the event in service. So, understanding the specific issues, such as missing medical records or a lack of an event in service, will help you focus your appeal effectively. And here's a pro tip. At the bottom of that decision, there's a thing called favorable findings. It's going to tell you exactly which one of those 3 events that you met. So it'll tell you, hey, in service on this day at this time, you were seen for whatever condition you put in for. For example, if you were seen in service for your low back, you applied for your low back condition. If they make that favorable finding saying, hey, in service, you're treated for this, okay? So that meets criteria number 2, an event in service. So in the decision, it's going to tell you whether you're missing a current diagnosis or missing a nexus between those events. If you're missing a current diagnosis, that could be due to that you haven't explained where those VA records are or where those medical records are that the VA can go get, which shows your current diagnosis. And or maybe you don't have a current diagnosis, or the examiner did not see a diagnosis, or after the examination, it did not yield a diagnosis of that condition. Either way, that's going to tell you in that rating narrative exactly what you missed or what one of those 3 criteria you met. Okay, so go through it thoroughly, review the decision letter, and look for those 3 things. Tip number 2, submit new and relevant evidence. Your supplemental claim that you submit must include evidence not previously considered by the VA. Now, new evidence means it wasn't previously submitted, wasn't considered by the VA, and relevant means that the evidence that you're submitting helps to overcome which one of those 3 things you were missing after you reviewed your decision. Now, let me give you an example. So, the 3 things again: current diagnosis, an event in service, and a nexus. So, after you complete tip number 1, and after you review that decision, write exactly out which one of those 3 were you missing. 1 and 2, 2 and 3, 1 and 3, or all of them. Okay? So, if it says that you were missing a current diagnosis, that could be due to the exam that you had, or the evidence in the file did not show a current diagnosis, meaning that the treatment records from the VA that shows a diagnosis weren't in the file, or if you're seeking treatment for your low back condition from a private healthcare provider or chiropractic person or something of that nature, then submit those records. Okay? That's going to help to overcome and go on. Number 2 is if there's an event in service. So let's go back to that low back example. Let's say you submit a claim for low back, it's denied, and they said it didn't occur and or caused by service. So as part of that evidence you're submitting, going to submit, you go through your service treatment records and say, hey, on this date at this time, I was seen for low back pain. Or submit evidence that shows that due to the long ruck marches that you endured in service, how that equates to back conditions long term. or submit something, a buddy or lay statement says that, hey, submit evidence that shows that you were seen in service or you complained of back pain or something of that nature. Okay, that's going to help you overcome number 2. And number 3, the nexus. Okay, once again, if you submit a study that shows that veterans who perform long ruck marches can end up with degenerative arthritis in your back, you're going to want to submit that. You're going to want to submit a statement from your doctor, a private healthcare provider, that talks about how your current diagnosis relates to what you did in service. Okay? Doing any and all of the above will help you not only in this claim, but in every claim submit moving forward. You know, if you show that, hey, I was seen in service, here's my current diagnosis, and here's the nexus, then the A+ way to get every claim approved moving forward. Tip number 3 is partially a continuation of number 2, but be clear about the connection. This is why the new evidence matters. You know, if the evidence submitted shows a worsening of symptoms or a misdiagnosed condition, or shows that it wasn't in service or there wasn't a nexus, then be clear. You know, don't put it on the VA radar to just figure it out. Okay? I know it's going to take just a few extra moments of your time to submit exactly how your condition in service now equates to your current diagnosis. Okay? I know it's a pain, but this is your life. Okay, this is your life. It's going to result in money in your pocket, and it's going to help you moving forward. So take the time now, be clear about the connection of your event in service and what you're submitting a claim for. That way, there's no confusion when the examiner looks at you, the VA rater looks at the claim, and when you get that future decision, you know, hopefully it results in granting service connection for the condition. But be clear, though. All right, tip number 4 here, it's going to make you big money. So you want to file a claim within the 1-year window. So if you're denied on January 1st, 2025, okay, you want to file a claim or an intent to file by December 31st, 2025. That ensures that your claim was submitted or filed within that 1-year window. Now, why this is huge is because if you submit evidence talking about new and relevant evidence that shows your current diagnosis or nexus or your event in service. Now, if you prove your claim and service connection is granted, then the effective date will be either the date of the original claim, which would be almost up to 1 year, if not more, prior, or the date entitlement arose, whichever is later. Now, that's under 38 CFR 3.2500, talks about continuously pursued claims. But filing a claim within 1 year or submitting an intent to file within 1 year ensures that your claim is continuously pursued. Okay? Because all those years, all those months, days, weeks later, if service connection is granted and it goes back to that original effective date, then that's like money in the bank. Because whatever the difference is, you're going to get all that back pay, all that sweet back pay that you can go on to that vacation, pay off the debt, whatever you want to do, have some fun. But tip number 4, huge money maker, file within the 1 year window. Tip number 5, wrapping it up here, track and document everything. Okay? This is your life. This is your claim we're trying to win. We're trying to put money in your pocket. Okay? This is your court case. You have to track and document and prove everything. Okay? Stay as organized as possible, especially with these supplemental claims, because if you need to continually file to get this claim approved, you're going to want to track the decisions, what And the reasons you were denied, what you submitted. That way, with each claim, if you have to submit multiple claims going forward, that you continuously submit new and relevant evidence. Okay? That's going to help you get your claim approved in the long term. Now, one thing I love about VA is if you get a no decision today, that doesn't mean you're going to get a no decision tomorrow. So, track and document everything. That way you can, each time you submit a claim, whether it's a new or supplemental, whether this is the third, fourth, or fifth time that you've submitted a supplemental claim for your back or knee or whatever it is. Okay? But track it all. That way, we can get this claim won for you. Now, wrapping it up here, like I said, no decision is ever final at VA. Thoroughly review the VA's decision later to see which one of those three things you're missing. Submit new and relevant evidence for which one of those three things that you were missing. Current diagnosis, the event in service, or a nexus. Be clear, be absolutely crystal clear about the connection between what you're submitting a claim for. Be clear about how your current diagnosis relates with the event in service. File within that 1-year window of the denial, and it's going to guarantee or preserve the effective date of the original date of claim. If service connection is granted, then get all that sweet back pay. If you continuously pursue one claim after another, year after year after year, you could be awarded back pay going back for multiple years. That can be tens of thousands or hundreds of thousands of dollars depending on what is granted. Lastly, document everything because it's going to ensure that the evidence that you submit is new and relevant, that you got to prove your case. And in tracking and documenting everything effectively is going to help you get there in the long run. Okay? Now, if there's anything that I missed, or if you're unsure about the connection that you need to make about any of these, leave a comment, and I'll get back to you. I'll let you know. In the end, please like, subscribe, leave a comment about what you thought or what you would like us to address in the future. I'm Mr. X, and this is the VA Top 5.